A stabbing spree in a New Hampshire store. Details on Nightcast.
Tonight on Evening Magazine, as we say farewell to 1983, we bring you a special edition. First, our own Steve Avison takes a behind-the-scenes look at the people who put the show on for you every night.
We'll also see that the best-laid plans of the folks at Evening sometimes go astray as we take a look at our blooper reel. From magic tricks that didn't work to horses that just wouldn't cooperate, it's a host of blunders and flubs as we take a look at bloopers on Friday's edition of Evening Magazine. Thank goodness it's Friday, the very last Friday of the year. And welcome to Evening Magazine. I'm Barry Nolan.
And I'm Sarah Edwards. And tonight we have a very special edition of Evening Magazine now that 1983 is about over and we're approaching another new year here on Evening.
Instead of taking the usual look back at everything that's happened the past year, we thought we'd do something a little bit different this year and show you some things you haven't seen.
Our own Steve Avison has been sneaking around our offices to bring you a special behind-the-scenes look at how we bring Evening Magazine into your home every night.
These are the WBZ-TV studios on Soldiers Field Road. This is the Evening Magazine van, and I'm Steve Avison. I do a lot of work in this van. We go on tankaways throughout New England, and we travel in this van to bring you good ideas for our Instant Weekend segment. But tonight we're going to go someplace different, and we're not going to use the van. Tonight, I'm going to take you behind the scenes of Evening Magazine. Let's go take a look.
These are just a few of the 18 people who work on Evening Magazine, putting in countless hours and traveling hundreds of miles each week to research and photograph stories about the people and places that make us all so proud to live in New England.
It's going all the way. Come on, we gotta hit the road.
And this is the Evening Magazine office.
What are you guys doing? What are you doing?
Putting Evening Magazine on the air 5 nights a week can be pretty hectic at times, but I've found that most people are wildly enthusiastic about their jobs.
Well, I must admit, sometimes working on this show isn't always a bed of roses, but we get out there on a minus 20 day and Barry cracks a couple of jokes and I'm on the floor and, well, it's just a great time.
Speaking of a great time, this is our boss's office. He's a pretty nice guy, but some people think he works us too hard.
8:20, goodbye.
We produce about 15 segments a week here, and our best ideas still come from folks at home.
Okay, well, that sounds like a great idea, but what I think you should do is you need to send it to Alice O'Donnell, and she's our stories researcher here at Evening.
And once those ideas come in, we do a little research, set them up on our schedule board, and go out in the field and photograph the story. And for some staff members, that's the best part.
You know, with the great variety of stories that we do in this office, sometimes I think it's just the best excuse ever invented for being nosy about other people's lives.
For 6.5 years, people have invited us into their homes and taken the time to share their hopes and dreams with us. And that experience has made for some lasting friendships.
It's been a real pleasure talking to you.
Oh, thanks.
Good enjoy. Best of luck with it.
Thanks. See you in Nepal, right?
Yeah, I'm free. I just got to save up my allowance money.
And while our skills and production values have changed and grown, through the years our goals remain the same. To bring these very personal glimpses to life on the television in your home.
Mark.
Yeah.
How's our race car driving friend from Maine?
You're going to like it. It's great. No problems.
Well, a suggestion becomes a story idea, and the story idea goes out in the field and gets shot. And once we assemble all of the story ideas and the tips ideas, we've got to make it into a show. The only way we can do that is go out in the field and put Barry and Sarah on tape.
Every morning, 5 days a week, we go out to put that night's show down on tape. And getting there can sometimes be half the fun. But other times, it's more difficult than it looks.
Oh, come on, Jill. You got to help me.
Hey, Evening Magazine, where are you heading today?
They were going to Natick. We're already late. Help us.
Beautiful. You don't need gas, do you?
Yeah.
It is cold. It is getting cold out here.
You ready for winter, Sarah?
I'm not ready for winter.
But despite sometimes freezing weather, temperamental equipment, and crazy schedules, we do manage to pull the show together with a little luck and a lot of pride.
I really don't think I would enjoy it as much as I do if it weren't for everybody. It's really like a family, and I really think it's everybody's individual creativity that makes the show what it is. It may sound corny, but it's true.
To me, this show, this job, is sending postcards home to my family about neat places we got to visit and wonderful people we had the chance to know.
Once we're back at the office, we put the finishing touches on our video postcard in final preparations to send it home to you at 7:30.
And in the end, after 800 staff hours of work and a lot of tender, loving care, the show ends up on the air 5 days a week, just like this.
So, that sounds like a hot idea for a cold Friday night.
And don't forget, we have some great stories next week for you. Hope you join us.
I hope you have a great weekend. Take care, everybody. Stay warm.
So with all the hard work and effort of our staff, it does seem that Evening Magazine goes together without a hitch.
But when we return, you'll see that things don't always go as they're planned.
Stay with us.
You wouldn't say that about the cells.
Well, I'm telling you, I heard him myself. Why would he say that?
He never said it. He did. He did. He did. He did. He did. He did. All right.
Let's go ask him.
When it comes to sports, folks in the New England area don't play games. So when they want to know the score, they turn to WBZ-TV and Bob Lobel.
Hey, Lobel, come in.
WBZ-TV, the station New England turns to.
Now, I think having a job in television on the air is very similar to the experience of if you took your mother in to see where you worked. I mean, you'd only want her to see things when they were going very smoothly. You'd want her to see the job at its best.
That's right. But what you see on Evening Magazine every night isn't always all that happened out in the field. You see, Barry and I ad-lib what we're going to say. There are no cue cards. We work from a basic outline or script. But it is up to us to put it all in our own words and get the message across.
You know, sometimes it seems you have one of those days and the words just don't come out,
Right.
Right. She has absolutely no acting experience, but when she says, he says, she said, choose so. There you go.
Well, the next time the BC Eagles will be home on a weekend to play a game is Saturday, November 19th. They'll be taking on their rival, I'm sorry.
Tonight we're coming to you from the Margaret C. Ferguson greenhouses on the campus of Quilly College. Well, if you would like to know how to get involved with the Super Senior Tennis program, or if you would like to start a program of your own, Gordon Steele says he'd happy to be of assistance. He'd happy to be. Well, right now we're going to meet a man who has figured a way that you can get a good workout, a better workout from whatever exercise you're doing. Dr. Jim Tefalo, KT-Manurog.
Barry, it's true. Sometimes the words don't come out right, and sometimes the lines we come up with don't make any sense at all.
Hi, I'm Barry Nolan.
And I'm Sarah Edwards, and tonight we're at an intriguing place, Henry's... Where'd that come from?
Hey, it's your brain, don't ask me.
Okay. Henry's. Okay.
Well, a little bit later, we'll be taking you through another fascinating exhibit here at the Museum of Science. It talks about the human brain. Many feel that the brain's potential hasn't been tapped. And
I see you speak from experience. Okay. And we'll meet Tom Cruise, a young man who rocketed to fame by singing rock and roll in his undershorts in Risky Business. So that's all tomorrow night.
Okay, just a minute. You just can't leave me with that line.
Just about everyone I know has experienced the disappointment of having one of their favorite television shows get canceled. I remember how I felt when Lassie went off the air. For the most part, people just accept it with a sigh of, oh, ratings. But I'm sorry. I just caught John laughing out of the corner of my eye and I broke my eye. Well, out in Milwaukee, when a local station tried to kick Lumpy Rutherford, Larry Mondello, Eddie Haskell Wally, and the Beaver, all of course of Leave It to Beaver, off the air, the people rallied with a cry of "Bring back the Beaver." Tonight evening's Bobby Rivers takes us out to Milwaukee to see how it all turned out.
You can't laugh.
I'm sorry, just about everyone I know has experienced the disappointment of having one of their favorite television shows get canceled. I remember how I felt when Lassie went off the air. For the most part, people just accept it with a shrug of the...
What are you doing?
I'm looking straight at the camera, and LeBay's behind the camera going... It's hard to talk, and somebody's bouncing.
I remember that day. I love it when you make mistakes. And you know, folks, on the rare occasions that I make mistakes, Barry Nolan shows no mercy.
Champagne. Hi, I'm Bunny Nolan.
Get on. Oh, great. Okay.
And this is my friend.
The blonde.
Okay. Here we go, Sarah. Here we go, buddy.
Hare Edwards.
Don't do that. Okay. It's so weird talking to this rabbit. I'm sorry. Okay.
Hi, I'm Bunny Nolan.
And I'm Sarah Edwards. Welcome to Evening Magazine. We're at Pixie Costume Shop, where Barry has found lots of interesting things to play with.
You wear this for just a few minutes, it makes you want to get little milk chocolate people for Easter.
That's good. Well, I love April Fool's Day. People playing practical jokes and... Are you there? What are you doing?
Nothing.
I love April Fool's Day. It brings out the practical jokester. I can't talk anymore. Okay. Do they have bird walks out here?
The birds should fly.
What'd you hear? You know you were getting close to a bird walk if you hear, hop! Hop! Well, Sarah, this has been my first visit to collapsing. Need to patch this city.
God!
Careful.
Well, you made me walk along.
Oh, look out, this ground all over here.
Bonjour. Comment t'appelles-tu?
On se peut on se peut bonjour.
You play yogurt. I'm sorry. I didn't know what to say. That was competition. I didn't know any French. Okay.
I made it up.
Oh,
it was nonsense.
3, 2. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Are you ready now?
Oh, yes.
3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Sarah Edwards.
Sorry, I'm ready now. I got it out of my system. I've just been holding back.
That was great. Oh, God. You missed that one, folks. Would you repeat it for our cameras? Okay. Barry Nolan, sometimes you are impossible.
Well, thank you. I really enjoy working with you, too. And here's to many more years of working together. But we shouldn't leave with the impression that it's just always fun, because sometimes doing this show is hard, difficult, demanding work. When we return, we'll take a look at some of the hazards of hosting. Stay with us.
Boy, is it gonna rain. Rain? It's supposed to be bright and sunny. Oh, no. Boy, is it gonna snow.
In New England, if you don't keep up with the weather, you could wind up on the hook.
Let's ask Schwagler.
That's why more people turn to WBZ-TV with Bruce Schwagler and Weather Watch 4.
Hey, Bruce, what's the weather gonna be today?
Sunny. Southwest winds.
WBZ-TV, the station New England turns to.
Think he was mad?
Nah.
when Barry and I are out on a shoot, people will come up and say, what does it take to be a co-host? I would love to have that job. Well, Barry and I feel very lucky to be doing what we're doing, but I have to tell you, there are certain requirements. You have to have skill and coordination.
Now, just like in any job, there are days and there are days when out in the trenches, things just don't seem to go right. There was this one particular day when, to make some point or other about how something required skill and practice, we were going to have this karate expert kick this cigarette out of my mouth.
Are you ready?
I think so. You know, it took Fred Bagley years to perfect that trick.
Well, I didn't break any ribs on that one, but I almost did myself in one other time.
Well, coming up next, if you say please, Chef Tell might be willing to make you some breakfast in bed. Oh!
And you know, sometimes the greatest threat to my safety is my partner.
Thank goodness it's Friday and welcome to Evening Magazine. I'm barely Nolan. Well, this is another one of the challenges in Project Adventure. This is where you try and cross the bottomless chasm with a pot of nitroglycerin without blowing everybody up or stabbing people in the stomach or kicking them in part of their body.
So I ran into you a few times. Now, those were unusual days for me. Usually I'm very athletic and coordinated.
Yeah, right.
There we go! Roll tape! Roll tape! Roll tape! Barry, we're... Oh!
Thank goodness it is Friday, and welcome to Evening Magazine. Hi, I'm Barry Nolan.
And I'm Sarah Edwards, and tonight we're out here at the...
She's had this problem ever since they cut off her toes.
Come on, funny guy. Mr. Funny Guy. I don't know why we have to make this so difficult for ourselves. Knee deep in snow.
Stopping like that suddenly. Okay. Hey, we're in the lead, Jeff. Whoa. Whoa. Well, I guess we know who won the sled drivers race. Thank you, Jeff. Come on over here.
I don't keep going.
You all right?
I don't keep going on that stuff. No, I almost killed my leg.
Well, it is downhill for us all the way now because the deadline is passed for our Evening Magazine co-host contest. Whoa! You passed the stop line, and all the entries are in. I didn't get in your way, did I?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, so I've had some bad days, but you've had your share too. Let's not forget the day we discovered you have such a way with animals.
And if the weather suits you, head out on the trail with some horses this weekend and...
I'm listening.
I'm sorry.
You know, at the turn of the century, a lot of people got their heroes from pulp novels and magazines.
I was on a wide shot.
Oh.
That's excellent. Roll on that. What's happening now, Barry?
The same was true when films got started. Our heroes were John Wayne, Tom Mix, Roy Rogers. The heroes... Now, how do I get that horse? Get up. Get up. Easy. You and me are going to go at it, Danny boy. You know what the turn of the century... You know, normally, I really get along with animals great. Right, Jess? Speak. Yeah, see?
Yeah, what I say, huh?
You know, of all the days when things went wrong, the magic shop really stands out.
I will never forget that day. We were in this shop, and there was a right way and a wrong way to do these magic tricks. Of course, Barry and I did them the wrong way. The point of this one was to make the sword appear to pass through Barry's neck. Through this wood collar without hurting you. I hope. Oh.
Okay, okay.
I got it. Let me do it again.
Sword.
Trick for you. Do I have a volunteer out there in the audience? Anybody? You, sir. You'll do just fine. I will now attempt to insert this knife into your neck with... Oh, shoot. I got the wrong slot. I'm sorry. Barry, I'm sorry. Which one is it again?
You know, it's kind of tough to explain to my friends those funny little puncture wounds.
No, you paid me back for that one. Remember the guillotine trick? I saw the blade of the guillotine literally cut a cabbage in half before we tried this.
Now, I thought I had the trick down.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is we're going to run this razor-sharp blade, metal blade, right through your neck. But it shouldn't hurt. What?
Oh, Barry!
Oh.
Just a minute!
I hadn't put the thing in.
Get me out of here! Get me out of here, Joe!
I was just showing him where the blade went. Forgot to we weren't doing the trick. All right. All right, let's do it. Remember to close it up.
I felt old Father Death knocking on my door, I swear. Okay.
All right.
Well, Barry, ever since that day, no matter how often the opportunity came up, I have never been able to come close to a guillotine. You've scared me off.
Right. One of the things I like about you, though, is you're a survivor.
Oh, thanks, Barry.
Here's to you, and here's to more of Evening Magazine. Just a minute.
I don't know. Did Jack talk about that last night? Mildred
I'm
told
sure
me.
Liz will have something to add.
I'd like to hear the whole story. I wonder if Liz
Oh, let's find out about it right now.
In New England, people aren't satisfied with only half the story, so they turn to WBZ-TV with Liz Walker and Jack Williams for the whole story.
Liz!
And as far as taxes in New England are concerned...
That's the story.
What did I tell you?
WBZ-TV, the station New England turns to.
Johnny Mathis brings in the new year on Coming Together with Tanya Hart, Sunday night at 7:30. Eyewitness News Weather Update with meteorologist Paul Cousins.
Good evening, everyone. It's cold. It's getting colder. Temperatures already dropped into the teens, and I'm happy to say that all that real cold air off to the west is going to be lifted out of the way. The winds are going to take that stuff up to the northwest, so we're going to escape the bitter cold weather for the weekend. My complete forecast coming up on the nightcast at 11 o'clock.
You know, it really was a fun year. But, Barry, next year, do you think we could work on having things out in the field go a little bit more smoothly, a little calmer?
You know, Sarah, I think that maybe next year we'll learn from our mistakes. Out in the field, things will go smoothly, go perfectly all the time. We'll always act like adults, and we'll rise to new heights in television. Maybe... Nah. I like it this way.
Yeah, I'm sorry I asked, but we are looking forward to 1984, and we hope you'll be joining us.
On Monday night, Evening Magazine won't be here. Instead, we bring you the Rose Bowl. On Tuesday night, it's great live Celtics basketball action, but we'll be back Wednesday night at our regular time, and we'll be bringing you the details of our third annual co-host for an evening contest.
I'm looking forward to that already. It's always a lot of fun. We'll tell you Wednesday night how you can enter. But right now, Barry, I think we ought to drink a toast to our audience out there who has shared in the joy and laughter of Evening Magazine right along with us.
I agree, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you, and may the new year bring you and all those you love peace, prosperity, and boundless happiness.
Happy New Year. Good night, everybody.
Cheers.